All right, how's everyone doing on this wonderful Sunday? I just woke up, so this is going to be a lazy, uninformed Thor News weather update where we look at it together. I got a peaceful, easy feeling. Okay, but not about the tropics and the weather. Right here is Eugene. It was a hurricane last time I checked. Here is Zombie Don. I don't know what they're naming him. But he is still something to watch. We have our other African tropical wave down here. Dun, 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 dun. And this is the GFS projected models. So as you can see, Don over here is still something. Okay, let's pause this one because I looked at it for a second on this one. And so here's what we got going on. Here's our African wave that just left, I think. And then here is Don. So he's not really fully formed, but you can see this is total cloud water. So he's still got a lot of moisture with him. And that this area is going to be a lot of hot heat. And should I go to... I'm going to go to my Twitter. Be ready, be careful. Let's give him my profile. All right. My favorite weather guy, one of them, the cranky weather guy. Tropical steering issues. This has been set up for many weeks. It's a no-brainer to be concerned. Question of disturbance development. So it's basically saying, from what I understand, that the waves that come off of Africa are going to be basically going across through the Leeward Islands, the Caribbean, and then they'll either go up the coast or into the Gulf. So as I said before, we have a chance of getting hit with 2 tropical disturbances in July. That is a worst case scenario, but it's still very real. Here we have the situation going on now. As you can see, this is Eugene looking kind of nasty, and this is tropical zombie storm Don. I don't know if it's a tropical storm right now, but he's definitely worth watching. Look at this. And then you just have a shit ton, sorry about that, of moisture going on in the Gulf. Do you see all this, man? Like, this is why I'm concerned. And it goes back to the pulse that I've been watching for a couple of years now. I definitely think it's inner core volcanic magma. You know, people can get butt hurt and be like, no, it's not. It's this, it's that, it's carbon, it's whatever. But, man, you know, make your own videos. If you really want to disagree with me, the best way to do that is to make your videos and show me I'm wrong, or just show people what's right. You don't necessarily have to be negative. I try not to be negative ever, at least not when it comes to individuals. Sure, I'll make fun of NASA, I'll make fun of the Federal Reserve, or I might even make fun of some giant churches that have millions of members and billions of dollars, but I don't like to make fun of people. Though I have taken a pot shot at Alex Jones once or twice. But hey, he spends $45 million on his channel a year. He himself is almost like a giant organization. But I don't hate or dislike Alex. I just wish he wasn't so divide and conquer-y. Okay, so yeah, this is the bigger thing, and this will show you this is Africa, right? And so the pink pulse is heat, right? And it's getting hotter. So it pulses here and then it pulses there. And if you will notice, after it pulses is when the rain and the storm and the moisture arrives. It's almost like the earth is cooling itself off. And I've noticed the pink spot we're looking at in America, it used to just be down the Dragon Spine. And I call the Dragon Spine basically the mountain range from Canada all the way down through Mexico. And so like if Edgar Cayce was right, the middle of America fell into the ocean, all that would be left over here would be the Dragon Spine, really. And so, yeah, look at this, man. This is wild. And so, you know, I don't know. There are people who just down thumbs. Like the minute I put up a video, someone's going to down thumbs it. You got those people who are just obsessed with, like, I don't like you, and I want to let you know I don't like you. And it's like, that's fine, dude. That's your thing. I guess do your damn thing. But what I'm saying is, yeah, we need to watch this because look at all this. Just look at all this activity. So I tend to skew now, especially after the eclipse, more towards paranoid and fearing the worst case scenario. But if we're looking at what I'm looking at, You got massive waves rolling off. I don't know if you saw the doom video I did yesterday where you have 1.5 million people displaced from their homes in China and Japan due to massive severe flooding. We're talking 60, 70 rivers overflowing at the same time. Like that, the earth is a cyclical, so that could and is probably going to happen to us at some point. And we're definitely at this point not prepared for it. So I'm just trying to get people prepared. But I understand sometimes cognitive dissonance makes your dick hole buzz in a way that is no fun for you. And I know people get mad if I use a term like dick hole. But I'm trying to be less juvenile. But, you know, it's a weird deal, dude. Like, the hardest time I have is dealing with people's negativity. Because there's no reason to be negative. If it's going to fail, then it's just going to fail. You know, there's no reason to be like, I know it's going to fail. You know, like, what are you going to do? Then as a giant tidal wave is about to crest over you, go, I told you it was going to fail. You know what I'm saying? I ain't a quitter. And though the universe has been putting punches on my chin for the last 2 years, they say it's Saturn astrology, I still get up off the mat and say, all right, let's go next round. We're going to win this one. Speaking of that, speaking of astrology, I know some people freak out by it, but all the research I put in, there's definitely some validity to the major planet alignments, and planets seem to have their major energy. Like, NASA's been talking about Mars nonstop for, I don't know, since 1999. Like, that's the only planet they talk about. They never talk about Venus. And guess what our world has been sunk into? It's war, terror, fear. So, you know, I'm ready for the Mars era to end. I'm ready for some Venus. Definitely ready for some Jupiter. Everybody loves Jupiter. It's like a party energy. Like, let's have fun. Who don't want to have fun? I want to have fun. You want to have fun, right? All right. So, yeah, this is scary. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But this is real. So, we're watching the Tropics. And so, yesterday I made 3 amazing videos. And then my buddy Apollo's moving from one house to the other. So, I went over there and provided the anxiety energy to keep him packing him and his wife's house till 6 a.m. so they can move on Wednesday, and I'll be helping move. And so then I came home and passed out and slept the best I have in a long time. I got up to some text. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's been raining so much in Houston. And I'm like, don't you guys watch my channel? But the thing is, most of my friends I know in real life don't watch Thorn News ever. It's a very strange deal. See, I've been letting this run because I want you to really see what, like, let these images sink into your head. See all the patterns that I've been seeing. Like I was saying, the heat thing, where it's like the magma pulses here and then it pulses there. On top of that, let's go here. I'm going to do a separate video on this, but we had an X-class flare. I don't know if it's Earth-directed. Like I said, I was very busy yesterday, and then planned to cover it, but I went and helped Apollo. And by the way, last night's full moon, that was an awesome full moon. I guess the X-class flare really helped it, but I don't know, it was peaceful and romantic, and I don't know, the energy from it seemed really great. So, yeah, but as I was saying, we had, see this is what's scary, not as scary, like scary, don't fear, but like, oh God, see, look at that thing. She's freaking out. You see that? She's freaking out. You got mass filaments over here. And she's freaking out, and this is about right where Earth is located on the sun's ecliptic. So if she continues to freak out, yeah, we're going to be getting tagged by some of these solar flares and coronal mass ejections. As I've said for a long time at Thorn News, when the sun freaks out, the weather